EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today we've got a fun little clash in the AFC as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I can give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
It's time to dance. And we are underway from Pittsburgh. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
I remember watching him in college and seeing a guy that you knew had great potential, but I don't know that anyone knew that we would see how he would blossom as an NFL player who will go down as one of the all-time great quarterbacks. Can make every throw from every angle with terrific mobility, and he knows how to win games, always in contention for a championship.
And his first look is incomplete.
Man coverage to start the game, and I expect we'll see a good amount of that. They trust their secondary to hold down the fort and let their pass rushers get home. And that's a good job right on play one.
2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. A short one there to Freiermuth. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Here's Rodgers. A quick throw there is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, the Steelers call on Corliss Waitman to punt. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be taken out by the product of the University of Louisville, the talented TeddyBridgewater.
I've always loved Teddy Bridgewater. A lot of people have underrated him throughout his career. Remember, this is a guy who's battled back from a horrendous knee injury to find his way back as a starter in this league. More than capable right arm, tremendous leader. This guy knows how to make plays in the clutch.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard after the 32.
There's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle, but give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Throwing, Bridgewater. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo 1st down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Bridgewater to throw it. Incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Bridgewater now. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
There for the tackle was Trent McDuffie.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now runs straight ahead with Warren. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Now Rodgers. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
First carry for Kenneth Gainwell. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
On play action, it's Rodgers. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Throw left side, complete. That's Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now a 2nd and 2.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Here's a screen with Gainwell. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Rodgers. This is caught.
And the Steelers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football. Here we go now on 1st and goal. As they've got it as we resume action. Warren. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time, he had the speed to win that race.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. It's a bootleg with Bridgewater. He finds his man, complete. That's Norris. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Norris. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Bridgewater from the gun on third down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 6.
Up the middle they go. It's Norris. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here is third down and 4.
Here's Bridgewater. And this is going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. From the right hash, this from 48. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
On the give, it's Warren.
And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Good yardage there on first down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Straight ahead, it's Gainwell.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Now it's Rodgers.
That's caught. It's Austin left side.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
2 minutes to play in this first half, 7-3, our score. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Rodgers going to throw.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Throwing is Rodgers.
Got his man, it's Warren.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
To throw is Rodgers. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
Pat Fryermuth.
A 12-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to extend their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Boswell for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Bills offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now a handoff up the middle. Norris. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Third and 5. Bridgewater. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The end result, 21 yards.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
Rodgers now to throw. Austin's got it left side. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Now Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Warren. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Here's Rodgers to throw. This one finds Austin out right. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be 2nd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Austin is there and brings in another one. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And you
you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Final play of the half, Bridgewater. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen and our great crew here in the Orlando studios set for an abridged version of the halftime report. This game, to this point, a little slow to begin with, but in the second quarter, the offenses started finding their way. We hope we're set for a great second half, so let's get back out to the stadium and rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. (17-3) the score as we resume action for the second half on EA Sports. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Here's Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Bridgewater
has his man. It's Shakir.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Throwing, Bridgewater. Only able to gain a couple there. And it's second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He finds his man, complete. That's Norris. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, if they have any designs on getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
Damn, I miss you, Chester. Feeling love from my bass compressor. Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up.
The one thing I have learned about this league, more and more, you've got to take some chances. You know, if you play everything conservatively and play everything exactly like, okay, I know what to do in each situation, I don't think you're going to get very far. I love the call there, going for it, even on his own side of the field.
Yeah, and even though you're on your own side of the field, they were creeping towards midfield, so not as crazy as if they were back at their own 20.
Showed a little faith in the defense too, right?
Yep.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Play action now. Bridgewater. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Now Bridgewater.
Shakir hauls it in.
And down inside the 15 he goes. The Bills passing game getting them down the field. They've got another 1st down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Bridgewater again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Bills have got it back to within a score.
No touchdowns for them in the first half, but their defense kept them in this ball game. So now, maybe this can loosen them up a little, because they played tight so far, and they get right back in it with a touchdown run.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And it's up through the goalpost. It's 17-10. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to get this out to the 25. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
And he finds Austin complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Completes it to Austin. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now Rodgers. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's one. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Demario Davis there on the stop.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7.
Working from the gun, Rodgers.
Across the formation, he hits Austin. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4.
Gainwell will score. Touchdown, Steelers.
And that right there is a definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead is up to 14. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it was Kenneth Gainwell who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Right back to him on first down. And boy, now you see him, now you don't. Excellent move, nice run, winds up getting about 6.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
To throw, Bridgewater.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On play action, Rodgers. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Here's Rodgers. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Pat Freiermuth. Beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Steelers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. it seemed like they were so focused elsewhere, they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns him there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop them from all angles. This time the tight end gets them.
Boswell for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Now he'll tuck it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Here's Bridgewater. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Norris. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw is Bridgewater. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. On play action, it's Bridgewater.
And that nearly the first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Bridgewater to throw it. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
T.J. Watt, the all-pro, in there to take him down.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Desperation time, 4th down, Bridgewater.
And he is going to have the Bills first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Bridgewater. And this is taken in at the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dalton Kincaid, 40 yards. And the Bills have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. The Bills say they have it, and they do. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They're in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
I should probably sign a hit, boy, because I got all the hits, boy. All that Drake, you got to chill. I be on my little mouse drill. All that rap to pay your bills.
2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. Second and 6 coming up. Bridgewater now. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Here's first down. Up the middle they go. It's Norris. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Throwing is Bridgewater. And this one is incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Well, this crowd making it hard to hear. This is 3rd and 8. He'll drop to throw. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now.
Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And